Well, welcome back, everybody. I just got around to maintaining our gardens, which I've been wanting to do for a while, and we kind of neglected it, Peter and I, so everything was a little bit overgrown, but I think it's looking a lot better now. Got rid of some of the weeds, watered it, and obviously trimmed some of the tomato plants and herbs that started blooming, budding. So yeah, it's good to have that done. It's definitely a necessary thing up here, being able to grow our own produce, and all of it's growing really nicely. So we should, have tomatoes pretty soon. We'll have potatoes, jalapenos, squashes, and many types of herbs, carrots, beets, onions. We're even trying corn, which we haven't done up here. So that's looking pretty good as well, but we'll have to see a little bit later how well that grows up here. Yeah, it's another beautiful day. Luckily, we have no rain. It was raining yesterday, and then it cleared up today, and it looks like it should be clear all the way until next Monday. But like I've said many times, the weather is really hard to predict up here, just because we don't have our own weather station for this area, so we have to go between two different towns that are pretty far away from us, and we have to mash the two together and try to guess what the weather's going to be like up here, but most of the time it's wrong. This beautiful sunshine, though, is a really good thing for our battery situation. As some of you guys know, our generator's still broken, so we're relying 100% off of the solar panels, and with the amount of rain we've been having recently, power's kind of been a issue. So this will hopefully get the batteries charged up. We don't really use any power throughout the day, so it should just be able to store all of that energy for later use. So the garden's done. I've got some laundry and some other things to do. I'm just gonna sit here for a little bit and enjoy the nice cool breeze that's coming off of the lake. Alright, so some of you guys were wondering what exactly was wrong with the engine that is on the barge, and I'm not exactly sure with all the terminology and stuff for boat engines, but the piece that we were looking for was what we believe to be a solenoid, but apparently Yamaha has a different way of naming things. Maybe this is what is meant by a solenoid, but like I said, I'm not really too good with engines, but Yamaha called it a AV quick starter or something like that. And yeah, this is the piece right here. This is the one that we believe is causing all the trouble. So for those of you who watched last week's video, you know that I went into town to drop off another one of the boats here on the island for an engine repair. And at the same time, I asked the guys, what this piece was and, if they had it in stock, which they didn't end up having in stock. But I was able to place an order for a new one. It's back ordered though until like August 11th or something, which, isn't that big of a deal. But at least now we know that we'll be able to get the piece. And then once we do, it probably shouldn't be too hard to, replace it. And we'll have a perfectly functioning barge again, which will definitely be necessary, especially, early fall, because we're going to have to load a lot of wood onto this thing to bring over, not for the cabin build, but for firewood. If we're going to be spending the winter and even the late fall, we'll definitely need firewood to keep the cabins warm, or it just really isn't doable. And of course, we still would have the option for propane as our source of heaters, which we do have. We do have, I believe, 4 propane heaters in the main cabin. I don't have one in here, so that's not even an option. But it's more of a backup heating source for us in the winter. It's just too hard to get a hold of, especially during like the freeze up and thawing periods, and we just can't really store enough for it to last. Firewood is a definite must. And besides, like, as far as my cabin goes, that little stove in there heats up that room almost too much, so there's no need for a propane heater. And then with our family cabin, the wood stove can heat up the entire cabin perfectly. It just needs a bit more time to get warmed up. So it's finally about time that I get my water source in the cabin. Since I don't have running water in there because I don't have a water pump yet, this is going to be my way to get all my dishwater and drinking water, mostly drinking water just because I use a lot of paper plates and stuff, so I don't end up having that many dishes. But I talked a bit about this in one of my earlier episodes, but this is just briefly a lifesaver filtration system, and they're absolutely awesome. We've used them many times for many years all across the world, and of course up here. We have one in the family cabin, which is the only source of drinking water that we use. We don't really buy water bottles, and obviously you can't just drink straight out of the lake, so this helps filter it through and make it perfectly clean for drinking. But since this one is brand new, I'm going to fill it up 2 to 3 times, let it run fully out, just so then the filter gets all ready to go, and also just to clean out whatever might be on the inside, even though it's been sealed, just to be safe. Alright guys, so just got this package in the mail. I have no idea what it is because my parents just texted me saying that they were sending this, and yeah, I have absolutely no idea what it is. It's from Lee Valley, so that's pretty cool, but kind of a big surprise. Oh, no way. Huh. Wow, that's perfect. It's a tool for log scribing. Wow. I've seen these on so many videos online of people back in the day building log cabins. Wow. No way. That is so awesome. Yeah, so these, you see you have a little sliding part and then the pencil that goes into one of these sides. And then this way you can just run along and see your measurements to make sure you're straight. It's got these two bubble levelers. And then I mean, it might be easier if I was by the log cabin to explain this, but this is how in the past with the first two logs that I carved out to fit on the cabin, I didn't have one of these. I was just using a pencil with a ruler and then trying my best to like keep it at the same level and slide it up, which made it pretty rough to actually get an exact measurement. I kept having to go in with chisels and the chainsaw trying to carve it out to fit perfectly. But with this tool, I can go along the rim of the bottom log and then just slide along the top, and it's automatically marking exact measurements for how I need to cut. And you can also run this along the inside of the logs. If I was doing more of a closer fit cabin like this one, I could run along the inside of the logs, and then that way I can see exactly how much I need to trim off or carve to have them perfectly flush fitting on top of each other. But since this one, in the style that the old storage cabin over there was originally built in, has those gaps, I'll just use this tool to run along the top of my other log that's already sitting there, and it'll give me an exact measurement. And I'll just do that both sides, cut it across, and then I'll know exactly how deep I need to go, how rounded it needs to be. Man, this is awesome. But this is a nice one as well. Made in Canada. Wow. Like I said, I had no idea what this could be. It was just, randomly they said they were sending me a package, and this is such an amazing thing, such a great gift. Thank you, Mom and Dad, so much. This is going to be so useful. Man, this will make everything so much faster, and can't wait to try it out. I'll probably have to read this little pamphlet on how to use it exactly, because I've only seen these tools on old videos. Yeah, but not only for logs like this. I can also use this for lots of wood cutting projects. If I'm trying to build a table like this or something, anytime I need to fit two pieces of wood together, I can use this tool and get the exact cut I need, which is amazing. Rather than just eyeballing it and using crude methods, I actually have a tool that was designed for the job. Man. Whew. Can't wait to try this thing out. Alright guys, so I talked a little bit about how we get food up here earlier on, but I just wanted to share with you guys something we do that saves a lot of money, but then also allows you to pick what sort of cuts of meat you actually want and thickness and stuff like that. And especially now that it's just me and Peter up here, we both eat a lot of meat and a lot of steak. So steak can be really, really expensive, especially if you're buying the pre-bought store steaks. They charge a lot. It can be anywhere from $60 to get like 3 New York strips, or you can buy a big chunk like this for $200 and get a lot more steaks for your money. They're pretty easy to cut by yourself. Obviously it takes a little bit of time to learn, but there's tons of YouTube videos, and not only will you get steaks, but when you get to this side of the meat, you can still cut it up for steaks, but it's not quite the typical New York strip, which is what we're going here for. So you can use this for cutting into little slices of meat. You can use it for stews or stir fries or anything like that. So I'm going to go along and start cutting a few steaks from this side. This piece from where the butcher cut isn't exactly even, so I'll probably just cut a pretty thin steak here to get it on a straight line, so then all the other ones are even. And then we can use that for like a breakfast steak or just a snack. It's the exact same meat as what's going through here, but it's not just in the perfect shape. So it's actually perfect timing that I'm doing this now, because my Uncle Frank and Aunt Sonia and then my cousin Scarlett are up. So me and Peter will be having dinner with them, so we can bring a couple of these over there and cook them up. So yeah, this is one of the main ways, or the only way, we get our steaks up here, and we'll get a couple of these and then just cut them into steaks, put them in Ziploc bags, keep them in the fridge, and then whenever you want, you can just go and grab one. And even though it's a bit intimidating because you have to cut them yourself, and then also the payment is going to be more upfront because you're buying a lot more meat, but in the long run, it saves you a lot of money, and it's definitely worth doing. So I know these look a little bit rough right now, but I'll go in and trim them into the actual, strip, and then they'll look a lot nicer. I'll also trim whatever fat we want. Obviously, you want to leave some, but you can trim it to your preference. And when you're done, you should have a nice your strip like that. So I'll do that to all of those once I finish cutting up this meat. Alright guys, so here's what I ended up with. I've got a bag of just like chopped steak that I cut up for making a different meal, which is chili. And then we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16 steaks. I also bagged some of the cleaner fat that can be used for many different things, and then I have a bag of just kind of scrap meat that Lando can use. So welcome back. Last night after I cut up the steaks, I just put them in the refrigerator, and then we had an awesome night and dinner with my Uncle Frank and Sonia. And tonight they're going to be coming over to our family cabin, and Peter's cooking up a few things. We got some more steaks, we got some ribs going. He made mashed potatoes and a salad. So it'll be really nice to have them over. And again, we have another beautiful day. It was sunny all day today. The weather really is starting to look a lot better. Even the forecast, although like I said, we can't really trust it, but it's showing that it should be clear for the next couple days at least, which is really nice. So we had a wonderful dinner with Uncle Frank and his family. Like I was saying, Peter cooked up a delicious meal. We had ribs and steak, potatoes, and salad. It was just really, really nice to see them again. It's been a while since we got to spend time and talk with them, so I actually ended up forgetting to film any of it, but we just sat there for hours having great conversations. But tonight, I decided that I'm going to light a fire in here, not because it's very cold, although it is there's a nice breeze coming off the lake, but more just because like the aesthetic and stuff, and it's been a while since I've been able to light a fire in here, and there's something about hearing the crackling fire with a black and white movie or something playing that, you know, I just absolutely love. And I've also got Lando in here with me, who's getting my bed warm, aren't you? Just don't make it too dirty. You're not allowed under the blankets, okay? Anyways, so yeah, we'll get a nice fire going, we'll put on a movie, and I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. It was more, you know, daily chores and just the island lifestyle, but I hope you really enjoyed it. Now that I got that new scribing tool, I'm sure I'll be able to get tons of logs up next video and really start building up on the cabin. I know I've been saying that a lot and then just things keep coming up. But I should be good to go now, and I think I can start dedicating a bit more time to that project, especially now as we're getting it later into the summer, and then you know, before I know it will be fall. I really want to get that storage shed up, and then maybe even move some of the stuff that's currently in the workshop into that storage shop, and then that way this late fall or winter I might be able to start insulating that room and start making this cabin just that much more livable, which I've been looking forward to for a very long time. As always, thank you guys for watching and sharing all your comments, and a special thank you to those of you who have subscribed to my Patreon channel. Your support really means a lot. I love being able to hop on there whenever I can and chat with you guys and hear all your suggestions, and it really helps me be able to, you know, do what I love doing and making these videos for you guys each week. So I'm just going to enjoy the rest of the night, and I will see you guys next week.
All right, Alec. But don't ever push me again.
Time up on Apache land, did you?
Don't seem like I have any.
Well, about the only home I remember is an army back.